Muito bem, minha gente. Acho que estamos aqui ao vivo, online, direto de Nova York. Deixa eu aqui ativar um minutinho. Começando em português. Vamos lá, adicionando aqui.
Yeah. Yeah, please eat. Yeah, yeah. I was at the table the other day. One person, no one, yeah.
I might even have a little. No,
I was just waiting till you cheer it.
Is it spaghetti? Chips and salsa? Which one do you want?
Share.
Muito bem, gente. Vamos ver se damos início já?
Red eye.
Acho que pode ser, né?
Oh, I'm gonna like that.
Muito bem.
I used to now.
Estamos aqui
Look at me now.
uma sessão histórica para a gente aqui na Games for Change América Latina.
South Pasadena.
O pessoal aqui já é uma mesa.
Oh, cool.
You were
Vou
right.
mostrar para vocês aqui.
And then before that I grew up
Nossa,
like,
é
oh, Riverside.
um ambiente de conversa, um ambiente de interação com pessoas interessadas. Abrimos uma mesa aqui, de uma roda de conversa, esgotou. Tem gente na fila, alguns aí conseguiram agora também. E a gente vai começar. Está aqui o nosso tópico.
But I went to
Latin America and Caribbean Games for Change. 15 years of achievements and prospects. Vamos ver se a gente consegue uma qualidade de som legal. A gente já está com o pessoal praticamente todo mundo aqui na mesa. São 2 horas e 4 minutos aqui.
Hello. Oh, Alex. Well, Jorge Alejandro. Sorry, but you're taking my first name here. I usually go by Alex.
Enrique Lopez.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate it.
Where are you?
Okay.
So we specialize in transformative.
Já estou vendo vários colegas que estão chegando. Que maravilha.
I'm in Phoenix, Mesa Community College outside Phoenix.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so
I'm going to Tucson tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm visiting some friends. I'm on my way back. I was in London. When I came in,
Oh my gosh.
so I'm hopping all the way down.
Yeah.
To Eventually. So I'm a neurologist, and I work at the Institute of America. But I work at the Chicago School in Los Angeles. Yeah, it's one of the specialties that level people want to continue the technology. And in the area of assessment. So what did you do? In Rio, the board chair, we're both trustees at Alpino College. And was you to come. So I'm here and oh, that's great.
Okay. Good afternoon. I'm streaming our meeting live.
Very cool.
So we have partners and team now in Brazil and in Latin America, and also participants here that couldn't come here now, but they will remotely be part of our conversation. So please briefly introduce yourselves so that everyone knows who is around this table. They will afterwards introduce themselves. So it's a live session, and I think that, yes, just, I think it will work.
My name is Enrique Lopez, and I'm a neuropsychologist in Los Angeles. And I'm originally from Mexico. I speak, my first language is Spanish.
Great. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Alex Flores. I am a professor at Los Angeles City College for animation and game design. And I'm also from Mexico, from Jalisco. Oh, I just went to sleep mode. I don't know.
Wait. We have a problem with the mic. So I'm sorry, that's the Murphy's Law. We didn't realize, the mic was, that's the, always the same problem, the mute.
Mexican sound, right?
Okay, cut, cut,
Do I do it again?
cut. Let's start it all over.
I'll start over again.
Rehearsal.
Okay.
Spirit. Now we are all right.
Okay.
Thank you. So introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name is Enrique Lopez. I'm a neuropsychologist and a clinical psychologist. I'm in Los Angeles, and originally was from Mexico, and I was born in Zacatecas, and I still have a lot of connection with Mexico.
Okay, I gotta move the screen a little bit. There you go. My name is Alex Flores, and I am a professor at Los Angeles City College. I teach animation and game design. I'm also from Mexico, from Jalisco, and hi.
Hi, I'm Maria Ortiz. I am the executive director of the Global Game Jam. So we run the world's largest game jam. We also do GGA Next, which is the world's largest student game jam, and building out game development ecosystems worldwide. And previous to that, I ran a social impact educational video game company focused on creating games for rural, remote, indigenous communities in the U.S. and then also working in Latin as well, specifically largely Chile.
Wow. Global Game Jam, that's strong in Brazil.
Yes,
We've
it
done
is.
every year.
Yeah.
I love Global Game Jam. I mean,
Yeah.
that's my role model of, action.
Yeah, well, and in growing in Latin America is a big focus of ours. So I'm excited about this session because I feel like there's a lot of conversations happening around games, and it's like markets. You hear Africa, you hear Asia, and I'm excited about that. But I'm like, what about Latin America? Why aren't we hearing more and more about that than we should be hearing more?
Yeah. We're in the process of taking off.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like we'll
Yeah,
talk about
exactly.
it.
Where are you operating out of with the game?
No.
Yeah,
What?
it's I'm based in
Went quiet
Minneapolis.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, we're remote.
It's just I think the camera. They're like, oh, there you go.
Just talking to us. I am Megan Gardner from Guardian Ventures in Boston, not Mexico. And I specialize in transformative game design, which is creating games that have a sustained and prolonged change of behavior for the players coming out of the game.
Hi, I'm Keith Anderson. I teach at Mesa Community College and outside of Phoenix, Arizona. I teach a disability studies class and a games as culture class. I'm mostly interested in accessibility in games, obviously representation of people with disabilities. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, I'll keep this on so that each one can actually address the group. I'll turn the computer screen so that you can follow up. Since we are in this room and I didn't provide speakers, so I'll just introduce those who are online. And if maybe they will say something, but I don't think the volume will be high enough. Let's try it anyway. So let's see here. This is Manfred Bach. Manfred is a long-time financial economist and writes for one of the most important Brazilian business and politics magazine. It's a weekly magazine and has a lot of experience with financial education. So one of our main issues, as I will share now in a while, is with monetization strategies. So how can we leverage all the blockchain related technologies with currencies that are, tweaked towards peace, justice, longevity, democracy, and all that. So is it possible that we can create like a nudging system on a global scale, the equivalent of, well, I'll talk later about this, but that's why we have specialists like Manfred in financial education who are used to talk about interest rates and inflation to, kids, teens, who are basically, well, it's all this discussion, but anyway, Manfred is one of our fellows. Thanks, Manfred, for being here with us. Let me introduce.
I can hear you, Gilson. Gilson, I can hear. He's mute. Hi, Gilson. He's mute. I can hear you. He's mute here, Gilson. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Manfred, but I don't think they can hear us.
Yes, yes.
I think he muted the whole computer.
Yes, he's mute, no?
Mm-hmm.
I advise Gilson for that.
Where are you based, Manfred?
Sorry,
Where are you based?
São Paulo, Brazil.
Sao Paulo. Nice.
And you?
I live in Mexico, 2 hours away from Mexico City. Yeah.
I have been in Mexico City long, long time ago.
Did you enjoy?
I enjoy very much the city of Aztecas.
Teotihuacan. Maybe he's speaking.
I have been of the beautiful is the city of Aztecas.
Teotihuacan, no?
Yeah,
Yes. I've been
it's
in
fantastic. Like that.
I've been in Rio, but not in Sao Paulo, which is a pain, a pity.
Rio is more beautiful than São Paulo.
That's what they say, but I think it's more interesting Sao Paulo, no?
Yeah, São Paulo is the same of Mexico City.
It's just huge.
Traffic pollution is the same.
Yeah, I can imagine. With the pandemic, I moved out of the city.
Yes. And
Uh, there's no
the big São Paulo is the same population of city of Mexico.
so it's like 22, 24 million.
Almost 80 million in the great São Paulo.
Okay, huge.
Yes, the traffic here here is the same of the Mexico City.
Yeah, it's impossible. The idea is to live and stay where you live and do not move anywhere. No.
Yes, is a problem here, no? And in Mexico City, it's the same.
It is the same. I moved away 2 hours into the forest, into a lake, so I live remotely.
I imagine that.
It's nicer. Hi, Rodrigo.
Hello,
And
Elisa.
here, wait.
Hello, Manfred. Hello, Elisa.
Hello, Rodrigo.
Ooh.
And Elisa, if became rain here, in the rain, the traffic is unbelievable here.
We have like a main road in Mexico City, and they decided to put like a second floor. So when it rains, because it really rains, the water comes like a cascade into the bottom. So you're basically driving and suddenly you don't see. Like and you just need to trust that you can continue, and it's just like it's unbelievable. Like there was this system in the past in the houses that they had like chains, like in the corner, so that the water could go. And I say, like, just put some chains, like do something. It's just unbelievable. But yeah, it's our house.
We have the same near my house. You have the same. You have a second floor, and the water go. He is near for Niagara Falls.
Exactly. And it's water from the top and water on the bottom, because water doesn't go. So you're like, navigating in a very.
My neighbor here is the same. My neighbor is up and down, and you have in the rain catastrophe here.
I think we're nice. Gilson is speaking about us.
Okay, I think Gilson just realized the.
Hi, Daniel.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear Gilson.
Gilson, you are muted.
You are muted, Gilson. I write in Portuguese to Gilson. I can see the eating there.
Yeah, it's like a lunch time around the table. So people subscribe to that lunch table. There were 4 tables.
Yes.
I'm supposed to be there, but I'm in New York. But I had a food poison yesterday night.
Yes.
Like a salmonella or something horrible. And I'm like.
Sorry.
The Mexican food.
I don't know. It wasn't Cuauhtemoc or the vengeance of Moctezuma here. It's the vengeance of Trump. I don't know.
Yeah. You have problem for visa now?
Not in my case. Many Mexicans do, but yeah, I've been traveling so many times that apparently nothing. The guy that was at the border was not very kind.
No.
No. For the first time, I was like, okay, this is hard. He asked for the address I'll be staying, and I gave him like the street and like the neighborhood. And he said, "So you're living on the street then?" And then he was like very like acid and one after the other one. But I went, it is what it is.
But today is difficult, no?
Yes, for Mexicans, it's been a difficult period, and it will still be. They're kicking off a lot of people from here, dividing families. It's quite sad.
This is terrible.
Yeah, at least you're very far away. You don't have it as a neighbor.
Me?
Like, yeah, Brazil is.
I don't have problem to visa because I have two nationality, and my second nationality is Germany. Germany is no problem to go to USA.
I know.
Brazilian have a much problem.
Yeah.
Brazilian is the same.
Rodrigo,
3 hours to have a visa in the US consulate here. Many questions.
yes.
Brazilian have a much problem because the South America.
Yeah, I know about it. So, Rodrigo, what's Gemesis? Gamesis?
Genesis is a project to foster value about games in society.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a continuation project of my PhD. And Gilson, we can't hear you. And yeah, I worked a kind of a philosophical study within an engineer's doctorate program. So that's why my bird is white ahead of the time. And working tools and methods to understand games, to analyze games. And I realized I could use those tools to raise awareness and educate people about games and literally fight back the traditional media that, as my friend said last weekend, is our enemy because it has been communicating negatively games for over a decade or centuries. So the proposal is right now it is a social and scientific communication project to bring the message to the people that games are more important than they think, and to show them, to demonstrate them with scientific studies about that.
And are you based in Brazil?
Yes, I'm based in Brazil. I'm living in Uberlândia, Minas Gerais.
Minas Gerais, okay. Yeah, because this is the type of work, I'm just looking at your page. This is a type of work that is still missing in Latin America, no? Like maybe in the States, they're more used to it and they know about these things, but like it's not the same down there, like in Minas Gerais or in Mexico or whatever, no?
Yeah, I decided to focus my project in Portuguese because here we have a big population, and it will be difficult enough to work just within Brazil. So we are open to partnerships within Latin America and the rest of the world, educating with our tools, with the tools that I developed. And yeah, I mean, my idea is literally to raise awareness about the values of games in society. In academia, in education, because yeah, we play games for over 7,000 years, and within the Western philosophy, we discuss wisdom and intelligence only for about 2,500 years. And we only started studying properly games in less than 20 years. So we have a huge, huge gap to cover.
Why would you say 20 years? It's been longer, no?
Well, if we consider Morgenstern and von Neumann with games, with the theory of games, they do not study games; they study risks. They use games to study their field. If we consider Huizinga, he does not study games. He uses games to study anthropology and culture.
Yeah.
If we consider Cagloa, he also does not study games. He uses games with its own specific properties, as Huizinga did, to study social mechanics. With suits, we have something about games, but it is most focusedly in sports. Sutton Smith studies play. Yeah, it is related to games, but it's not games per se. In 87, then we started with Crawford, that he proposed something, but to create games, not the study. And it started in 2000, the universities to also study the creation of games, not the intrinsic value, the intrinsic meaning. So yeah, it is about 25 years that we focus on the study of meaning of games.
Which
of
is
the
like maybe the difference between games and play, no? Play has been a little bit like more broader, but it's not the same as games, no?
Exactly. They are related, of course, but they are not the same thing.
And do you have like you work inside the university?
No, this is a personal project. I'm working with it within my own company. That is a consulting company and a media company. I just configured it to launch an academic magazine, foster an interdisciplinary magazine contextualized within games.
Okay, and do you develop games?
Yes, I also develop games, develop design, digital board games, RPGs, LARP, and within all the broad aspect. The project is focused not only on digital games, but games within all its manifestations.
Sounds really interesting. Like a lot to do there.
Yes, a lot to do there, and I need to maintain a side job because this project is not, I mean, this would be my side job, but this is my dream goal in life. So this does not bring me any money at the moment. So I need to keep working for other companies and providing consulting in systems development and such. That's what brings me the money to finance the project. I hope next year things start to change.
Yeah, yeah, it's difficult in terms of research. It's always without an institution behind it's complicated, no?
Yes. I am bringing some universities to help me with the academic magazine because I need some institutions uh, to give the validation, the authority as of an academic
Mm-hmm.
uh, journal. So yeah, at least I have friends in some good places, some good friends in some good places.
Useful friends.
And I proposed them, proposed Gilson and the people that started the legalization process of the games industry here in Brazil. I proposed them to start a campaign, an awareness campaign about the differences between gambling and gaming. So we started, and I'm conducting the campaign Gambling is Not Gaming to raise awareness and educate people that, okay, gaming is one thing, you can identify it by these characteristics, and gaming is another thing, and there is those characteristics that you can sorry, you can identify.
But that's an interesting also distinction because okay, so some games have gambling, no? Not all, like
Some games have gambling like activities. One of the main thing of gambling is the real world prices. So this is the extrinsic value of real world prices. There are some mechanics in gambling, such as loot boxes and such. This is something that we also expect to educate the game designers to improve and do better, because it is, as I think, it is a lazy job to foster dopamine trigger.
yeah, it's the easy way. I'm not sure we're going in, pero
Well, we are live in YouTube, so we are talking and people are hearing, but we can't hear Gilson, and this is sad. Daniel, hello. Where are you based?
Hello, I'm from Curitiba, but now I'm living in São Paulo. I work with Gilson doing social media stuff. Yeah, and currently I'm studying at University of São Paulo. I'm studying social sciences,
Oh,
mainly
that's
political science, but also sociology and cultural studies. I'm more on the side of social media, but I also did a tiny game about cooking.
mm,
4 games for change, uh, for the student challenge pitch.
mhm. Well, I'll try to call Gilson
Okay.
again. Maybe it calls his attention.
Você passou aqui os slides aí, Daniel?
Sim, é,
Você passou o link, né?
eu passei virtualmente a mesma apresentação, só que tá com os gráficos corrigidos e com ah, algumas correções textuais e no final tem o logo, que é importante, né, das agências vinculadas à UF, à USP, estudos avançados, enfim. Mas é esse slide mesmo.
Já tentamos avisar o Gilson umas 3 vezes que ele está mudo para nós, mas acho que ele está lá fazendo a apresentação e não viu.
É, tentei ligar 2 vezes e nada também, pelo menos para chamar a atenção dele. Foi até cair.
Ah, no começo estava dando para ouvir. Ele até me apresentou ali, de repente, pum, parou.
Uhum. Foi bem no início das apresentações.
Bem no começo. Elisa, sorry that I speak in Portuguese, okay?
No worries. I'm half human today, so I feel quite ill. So don't worry about me. Actually, I'm about to go off. I think
Okay.
this launch finishes in 20 minutes. No, it's one from one
I
to
don't
two,
know.
and I can see that the presentation is still like halfway.
Yes. Yes. But not the sound.
I think these are the games that are for the Pitch for Change, right?
So these were done in Brazil for the student challenge.
Nope. Uh, Only mine was done for student challenge. The Risk Trails is a partnership with Semadem, which I don't know the meaning of the. One second, Semade. It's the National Center of uh, Natural. Não sei como que é desastre.
Natural
Of
disaster.
Yeah,
Natural disasters.
yeah, of monitoring of natural disasters. Um, this one was made by one student, but not related to student challenge or related things. Oh, oh yeah, disaster. Yeah,
Hmm.
it was made for raising awareness about the disasters in the Brazilian Cerrado, which is a Brazilian biome.
So was it a game jam, Daniel?
Nope, it was a finished game.
Okay.
This one is mine. Uh,
Nice. This is
this one, what?
the one you were saying about cooking.
Yeah, it was not just about cooking, but it was made for raise awareness against hunger. It was made for the pitch. What is the name? Outplay hunger, and it represents the solidarity kitchens, which are social projects made in Brazil for doing meals for uh, doing meals in slums, locals, poor poor areas in Brazil, vulnerable territories. Um, this one this one is Zona Eleitoral, which is there is a twist because Zona Eleitoral uh, is electoral district, but Zona is also mass in like electoral mass and electoral districts. This one was made, but not this year, for the Pitch for Change, and it was the winner of the Pitch for Change Latin America pitch. It was about democracy.
So it plays with the word meaning about district, right?
Yeah, it is also district and also mass.
Hmm. Mass in the sense of chaotic mass, not in the church mass. Oh, I think Elisa
Yeah.
got out.
Mass like disorder, not
Hmm.
massive.
Yes. mean, what kind of good games could teach financial education, such as Civilization, SimCity?
Yeah, I think that games
Even
related
The
to
Sims,
what? Oh yeah,
even
the Sims.
even The Sims, SimCity, Sims, The Sims, it can teach financial education because you have the limited resources to spend, and you do not just get out doing whatever you want.
Yeah, but for me, educational projects related to finance, they must be more explicit. I
Hmm.
don't know. Uh, yeah. I think that even in management games that you have limited resources, they they are more or less educational. But for me, a game that is designed to do education, financial education, has to be more explicit about real life situations and real life things.
Yes, I agree. It must be more direct.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my campaign. The gambling is not gaming.
Can you tell us about it?
Well, at the end of last year of 2024, Brazil started to witness a concerning uh, rise in people betting, involving in gambling activities due to the bets. What we call here are the gambling applications in mobile phones. So they are monetary
No seu calendário,
investments. Okay,
estude
just a
fácil,
minute.
comece em 10 minutos.
Ah, voltou o som. Ou não?
Acho que não.
Não, né?
Não.
It was
Entrou
my
uma voz aí,
personal
desculpa aí.
assistant. It was my
Okay.
personal assistant
Ah, ok.
warning me that I have things to do in 10 minutes. Okay, so yeah, we saw a concerning rise in people getting into debt due to gambling activities that they made using uh, gambling applications in mobile phones. So I saw the need for this kind of campaign, and I reached out our partners in the RPG, the Rede Progressista de Games, the people that worked in the regulatory mark of games, legal action, legislation action towards the gaming industry. And we started talking about the need and to start this campaign. Gambling is not gaming. In Portuguese, aposta não é jogo. And I've been working to craft a document to inform and raise awareness of people in general and the public institutes about the issue, about the differences between gambling and gaming, and crafting the actions, the pieces, the publicitary pieces to be sent to the social media initially. So we have already 2 pieces produced, and how others can contribute to the campaign. Uh, we were just waiting for Gilson to launch it in the Games for Change festival, so we can start distributing the instructions about how people can contribute to the actions.
Yeah. Nice.
And it is a concerning issue because Brazilian central bank identified that there are $30 billion, 30 billion reais per month lost
Wow.
in gambling activities.
Oh yeah, it's very concerning. I last semester I'm doing my bachelor. I'm doing a double certificate undergraduation. It's also bachelor and also educational studies. And in my last
Mhm.
semester, I did some classes in public schools in Brazil, and people like people from high school were gambling during the classes, during the middle of the class. It was very concerning.
Okay, maybe Gilson will look at us. Can he see us?
Gilson, we can't hear you.
Olá, Gilson, você consegue nos ouvir? Não conseguimos ouvi-lo.
And I think it's basically over. So people are getting out from the table, no?
Yeah, I saw him saying aposta não é jogo. That is my